my trolley pound. Oh, I found 20p, don't need 20p. I'm buggered if I can't find this pound. Oh, I found £2.45. I should keep a pound in the car, and I normally do. I don't know why I haven't. I was telling you a story, because I don't really want to leave my car here, because if he noticed me, I don't want him knowing my reg, because he made my life a living hell. I mean, let's be honest, I won't bump into them on my street because it's a bit out of their price range. Well, a lot. And the car that they're in is about 18 years old. I've not looked at the reg, I'm looking at the model, and it's a very old Astra. Probably jealous of my car. That was the person who I once told you in a vlog was driving my car, and they drove through an alley and they hit the bins and they thought it was funny, but they caused hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of damage to my car, which they didn't pay for. With me sitting here this long, the shop isn't as busy. I only take 2 carrier bags with me. Where did I put my... Guys, I'm not going to sit in the car for ages and talk to you because it's 7 o'clock. I wanted to be home at 1:30, which is probably not going to happen because I've still got to do this shop. But obviously the longer I sit here and talk, the longer that it's going to take me to get home, and I want to take my tablets. I mean, I take it between 7 and 1:30, and a lot of the time I take it before 7 because sometimes I'll go in the kitchen to get a drink or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, it's 6:30, I'll take it now so I don't forget it. I've taken it at 6 before now. I don't really take it before 6. And it's my little routine. Like, some people will be like, well, if it's not urgent, what's another half an hour? But, you know, if I typically take it between 7 and 1:30, that's the time I like to take it. That's what time my body's used to me having it. I don't mind taking it up to 8 o'clock if I have to, but... Sorry, I'm just having a drink. I'm hungry. I didn't get anything to snack on when I came in that last shop because they didn't have the 2 things that I would normally pick up. I mean, I wouldn't pick them both up, but if I have one or the other, basically. And it's dangerous territory going in the shop when you're this hungry. Because you buy stuff and then the next day you're like, why did I buy that? I don't really want it. But it's because you bought it because you're really hungry. You'd probably eat anything at that point. Anyway, I'm on this car park and you follow the road round, and then a lot of people normally take the first left. I never do. I always take the second left. And as I was coming along, I was behind about 4 cars, and everyone turned left. So the cars that were waiting to pull out pulled out because everyone was going left. Then it came to my turn and I wasn't indicating yet. The car that was waiting to pull out across me pulled out, nearly wrote off the front of my car, and not only did they pull out, they totally cut the corner, so they were on the wrong side of the road. And then I beat my own because they nearly literally wrote the front of my car off, and I had right of way, they didn't. I was on the road, they were joining the road, and they just stuck the hand up like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you know, like after the fact, after she almost wrote my car off. I mean, as much as I'd like a different car, I don't want it written off on Asda car park when I want to be home. having my medication. And to be honest, I don't want my car writing off because my insurance is due. It would knock my insurance up super high. Even though it wouldn't have been my fault, apparently the no blame culture's not around anymore. So even if she admitted it was her fault, which the camera's on, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, the cameras on here would prove that she pulled out in front of me, and also the fact that she would have hit the front of my car and I would have hit the side of her car shows that she come across me when she shouldn't have done. I'm just putting my mask on. I'm pretty much going to go straight into the shop. I've got 3 bags because I keep taking 2 and then it turns out I need 3. Then I'm trying to get everything in 3 bags and I find out I can't because if you need 3 bags. If you need 3 bags, you're not going to get away with 2. If you're wondering what that noise is, it's the idiots that live near Asda setting fireworks off. I'm going to drive with my phone on my chair next to me. Hopefully I won't go around the corner and it won't go flying, because when I went out earlier, the first time when I left the house, I went round the corner and my phone's normally attached, but because I've not been listening to it, I've been listening to something else, it went flying off the seat, which I don't want it to do. I was having a major anxiety attack in the shop. I think more so towards the last maybe 10 minutes, and then at checkout didn't feel good at all. Thought I was going to pass out when I walked out the shop. I've not had one. I had one in the last shop as well, towards the end again. Well, I could feel it all the way around, but I try and ignore it as much as I can. Because if I think about it too much, I'd probably walk out the shop, and I don't want to be in and out the shop at the moment, obviously. I can't just stand there, because sometimes when I'm anxious, I stand there. My chest is so tight, I feel like I'm going to be sick. It probably isn't helping that I've not eaten. And I've actually got stuff that I can snack on. I've got like a muffin, and I've got a cinnamon bun, and Fibre One bars. But I just want to get home because I want to take my medication, and that's not why I'm anxious, because it's only 20 to 8. I'm hoping that phone does not move. Yeah, my chest is tight. I've got aircon on. I was sweating as well. I've not massively layered up. I've got like jogging bottoms on, I've got a t-shirt, and I've got my cropped sweatshirt on, well, one of the two, and I've got a big heavy coat on. So obviously feeling anxious, I start getting too hot. I'm feverish anyway, like I've not even talked about this, but I've been quite ill for the last few days. Wednesday in particular, I was severely sick. Went to bed at like 10 to 7. Slept, well, took me till about 8 to fully fall asleep because I kept waking up needing a wee. And it probably took me till like just after 8 to fall asleep. And I woke up just before 11. I think my dad woke me up going to bed. I think that seems So I got up, went downstairs, and I woke up and I was so tired. You know the sort of tired where you struggle to like keep your eyes open. That's how tired I felt. So I got up, had some like pain relief and stuff. The police have just gone down this road. I don't want to end up too close to them, aka right behind them, because I'm not in the mood to get stopped right now. I need to go and take medication. I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack, which I don't want to have. Because who wants to have an anxiety attack, do you know what I mean? But my chest is so tight, and this is why I'm filming chatting on my way home to just try and distract me, because I don't want music on. So yeah, I've been really ill. Like I said, I got up, I took painkillers, had a cold drink, and then I ended up being awake for the same amount I'd been asleep for, and that's what always happens to me, and why I'm always reluctant to go to sleep when I'm ill, because I know, like, if I have 3 hours sleep, I'll be awake for 3 hours, and I don't want to be. I want to get as much sleep as possible. And you know, for me to go to bed, you know, I must be ill, because I don't just go to bed, as you're probably aware. I stay up. But I don't know if I talked about this, but there was one night in the week where I laid down not long after 9 o'clock. I can't remember what time it was, and I slept. And I slept like hours and hours, like, and I never fall asleep at that time. But I couldn't believe that I got in bed and laid down and went to sleep. Was it 9:30? I don't know. But yeah, it was hours and hours before I would normally. Because when I'm sick, I don't sleep. I don't go to sleep. Do you know what I mean? And they always say, like, if you need to sleep when you can sleep, because obviously, apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but sleep helps you get better faster. I mean, when I've had full-on flu and stuff, and I've had a lot of sleep, I don't seem to get better faster. But I might do. I might just not realise. But they always say, like, my doctor always says to me, if you're not hungry, don't force yourself to eat. Just try and keep your fluids up. Because there's doctors I've been to, they're like, oh, you've got to eat. But my doctor always says to me, without me even asking if I should eat, she always says to me, if you don't feel like eating, don't eat. I like my doctor. And I've noticed this week that I've not wanted to eat much, or I don't know what I want to eat. Like, normally if I go turn now, I know for a fact they're following me. Yep, after I indicated, they started indicating. I know for a fact this car doesn't belong on this street because no one on this street has that car. So they've just followed me all the way up here. There's some idiot on a skateboard, 2 idiots on skateboards in the middle of the street. And every turn now, they're 100% following me. Do you know what? It's been driving up my back end all the way up here. I'm so hungry and now I'm going to carry in the biggest amount of shopping. It took me, well, it's not took me 10 minutes, but it's been 10 minutes. Where's my bloody keys? Oh, sunglasses. I don't want them on the chair. Where's my bloody keys? Oh no. I honestly feel so ill. I don't think she's in next door. Oh god, you know what? She's got a new car. She's got a crappy Fiat 500. Everyone and the dog has a Fiat 500. The crap. My doctor has one as a second car. I don't like them. Hey. I'm trying to get my key in the back of the door, but I can't. There we go. I'm literally going to get my medication and I'm going to go to my car and take it in my car. Well, not in my car, but I'm going to go to my boot. Actually, I need to make sure I'm picking up the right thing. Yeah, I have. Dog's gone outside. She's a little idiot. What are you doing? No, you're not going round the corner. People are going to think, if they see me doing this, that I can't even wait to get my shopping inside before I eat some. Can you see her? So I'm home. Obviously, because I was outside a minute ago. Well, 5 to 10 minutes ago. I've just eaten a Cadbury's caramel muffin. I highly recommend them. They've got like caramel in the middle, like not running like it's dripping out, but like it's not solid, and it's so good. 2 for £1 at the moment. They're normally £1.50. I've got a flatbread in the oven. My chest is still quite tight. I don't know why I get so anxious. Well, I'm always anxious, but I think it's worse since I've started going back to the shop, which you've just discovered in the videos that are going up. I think you're like at the point where I think the last one that went up was me sat in my dad's car on the car park, and then I go in his office and discover loads of secrets. And then I drive home. That's what gave me the idea to like chat and film on the way home. Obviously you can't see anything because it's pitch black, and you're right next to a carrier bag, so if it's like you hear a crunching noise or like it might have been over the microphone. I hope not. It wasn't. That's what reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, I can just start recording before I drive and chat away. I can smell the garlic from the flatbread. My dad will be home soonish, well, any time within the next hour. And he doesn't like to cook for himself. Like, literally, if it doesn't go in the oven or the microwave, he doesn't want to know. But at the moment, even if it goes in the microwave oven, he still doesn't want to know. He's being very lazy because he drinks before he comes home, and I don't mean water. And then he doesn't want to even put anything in the oven. So last night, I'll put my code down below. If you spend £15 and use Uber Eats, you get £10 off, but you have to spend 15 minimum. So I ordered a McDonald's, and I tipped the driver because I learned, only because I had the discount, I gave him 10%. I learned that the more likely to pick yours up quickly and get yours to you first if you tip them. I got told that. So I put if I remember, I put a code you can use, and then you'll get £10 off your order. So I think it only works if you've never used Uber Eats though. So it was obviously my first time. So I got the quarter pounder something, the newer one, and I had an extra patty added because it was another £1. I don't know why I did all this. I think I was hungry, but when it came I was like, oh my god, why have you bought all this? And then I had the onion and gherkin took off, which I do every single time. That means it's cooked fresh. I ordered a small one of the nacho cheese dippers. I only ate one of them. Oh my god, it blew my head off. I ordered 20 chicken nuggets, which came with 3 dips. The nacho chicken and the nacho cheese dippers came with 1 dip. Then I bought another dip. I had a milkshake with my meal, which was an extra 40p. I bought an espresso shot to put in my milkshake, if you've watched it on TikTok, but I didn't end up adding it because I thought if I don't like it, it's wasting the milkshake. I ordered a McFlurry, which most of it's still in the freezer, and I think that was it. The burger was horrible, the fries were cold, the nacho cheese dip things, oh my god, I gave them to my dad. I had one, I was like, no. And then I only had one of the nuggets and my dad had the rest. None of my dips turned up, even though you get 3 with the big box. You get 1 with the nacho things, and I bought 1, so that was 5. Didn't get any of them. I always get barbecue. I think I got 2 barbecue, 1 sweet and sour because I can't remember ever trying it. I got sour cream and chive with the nacho cheese dippers because it was the only option, and I bought a sweet chili one, I think it was. And the burger was horrible, honestly. I only ate about half of it. I had 1 chicken nugget, 1 nacho thing. I drank my milkshake. I tried to eat my McFlurry, but I thought I was going to be sick. And I was like, well, I'm not getting McDonald's again. And it's ironic, because every time I'm ill, if I can't physically go and cook for myself, like several months ago, if you remember, I had McDonald's like 3 days in a row, because I couldn't bring myself to cook. I was that ill. And I only have McDonald's when I'm ill. But it was horrible, and I wish I'd got something else, like, I was going to get Pizza Hut, but Pizza Hut seems to put a lot of extra money on top of it, like an obscene amount of money. And then my next option was KFC or Subway. And if it would have been early in the evening, I probably would have had a Subway, to be honest. My food's about to be done, so I'm going to go. But I can't remember what I came on to say. Richie Sambora. I'm just going to say Richie Sambora when I come back onto film, because I want to film this. Because I want to remember this about Richie Sambora. So I need to watch this clip to remind myself, but Richie Sambora. Last night, Richie Sambora.